Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be doing some more requested reaction videos, and this video was requested by Awesomeness, and it's going to be the worst game ever made by Caddicarus. So obviously Caddicarus didn't make this worst game ever made, he's reviewing the worst game ever made, just to sort out that confusion there that I created myself, just to confuse you guys. But of course, it's going to be very fascinating, definitely from a guy called Awesomeness. I mean, this gotta be awesome. Pardon the pun there. Yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. Oh boy. And that's me every time I want to play a game. I just don't know what to play.
I think I just found myself my new favorite video game company. I'm so utterly, wholeheartedly sorry.
Okay. Wow.
Caddicarus!
Favorite game company. Oh boy.
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful. I don't care anymore. I don't.
Damn.
I mean, just look at this.
Dalmatians 3.
Look at it.
The movie based.
I mean, just look at it. I mean,
Oh,
I never
Jesus.
thought in my entire life, in my whole career, anything that I would ever have to play or witness or see something. Just, you know, my life coming up to this watershed pinnacle moment of having to play and buy and play through and watch and play
boy.
and buy something as abominable as this.
Oh
I
boy.
mean,
Dalmatians 3.
Where's Dalmatians 1 and 2?
I mean, for fuck's sake, every so often you come across something and you just think, why? And this game is already easing onto number one of my top 10. Oh, the complete and indescribable anguish list. This game is a fucking enigma, you know, it just raises one too many unsettling questions.
God.
As you can see, it's obviously based off of Disney's 101 Dalmatians franchise, but it
Obviously.
makes absolutely no sense. Is this the unofficial 101 Dalmatians 3, or the unofficial 102 Dalmatians 2, or is it the goddamn unofficial 103 Dalmatians 1? I mean, Disney in recent years have been known to make some unspeakable garbage, and luckily enough for their skinny little necks, Disney's name isn't anywhere on this. But then that just raises even more questions.
Yeah.
So then I decided to do some research into the company of whoever made this wretched piece of shit. And on my travels, I found some questionable things.
Peculiar
The company is known as
questions.
Phoenix Games, and good luck if you can find any scrappling of information on the entire internet about them. All that I managed to do was Google image the company, and then I found...
Oh, God. Oh, yes. We're into the
Who
bad
could forget
games.
those classic games on the PS2 next to Shadow of the Colossus and Sly Cooper 2, such as White Van Racer? No?
Van
Not ringing any bells?
Oh,
Okay, well, how about Animal Soccer World? Still nothing?
No.
Well, how about Snow White and the Seven Clever
I've
Boys?
seen this before. That's fucked up.
I have nothing to say. Do you even know what to say? Because I sure don't. Okay, well, maybe you know this one. It's an absolute classic, Street Warrior. Sweet Mother and Mary's illicit God!
I mean, after the shit that I played on this channel, you guys probably think that Telegames were the worst possible company to make games on any home-based disc video game system. Well...
Oh, boy.
I think that Phoenix Games takes that blood-soaked cake by 1,000-fold, and it takes it to the deepest fathoms of hell and back again for eternal damnation on the surface amongst us consumer mortals that actually paid money for this malodorous trial.
Right off the bat, this game confuses me.
Creepy.
I'm now in a menu, I think. I'm not sure what the fuck I'm even
What
looking
the
at right
fuck
now, but I
is
assume
this?
it's a language selector, so I guess if I
Broken.
just hit select where I am right now, everything will just sort itself out. And this is where we discover that, unfortunately, this isn't really a game, so to speak, and more just a shitty collection of shitty minigames that don't even need to be made for a fucking PS2 disc. And these include a functioning painting game that
Mario
gives us
Paint,
rather
so to speak.
horrifying
A little
results, but it
crappier.
does look worse than Mario Paint, and for
Yeah,
the PS2,
Mario
that's
Paint,
fucking
you mentioned
inexcusable.
it.
Then we have a puzzle game that has pieces that are exactly the same shape as one another. The solution is right there for you to copy blatantly, and every time you place a
Why?
piece down, you hear the sound of Satan throwing up. And also, it's a little bit bloody disorientating because of the fact that there's a constant background image underneath the picture that you're trying to fucking solve.
Yeah,
Then there's
that's
this
terrible.
game. I don't even have a clue. Then there's this card matching game. It's boring
Oh,
and pointless,
card
trust me.
matching games.
And then finally, there's a... Lord, I fucking hate this. But the worst thing about this is, and I'm not even joking here, that these simple as shit minigames with no music and no animation and no graphics feel as though they need to spend up to a minute just loading.
What?
Yes. And for me,
Loading
when it did
what?
decide to load a part of the disc, it actually nearly made my PS2 bloomin' explode. What's that? You don't believe me? Well, watch this then.
Okay, there's the title. Oh. Good fucking god.
Wow. That PS2 sounds like it's just
We're
struggling.
not even joking. It's like, I mean, how long have we been sitting here? Every time it loads, every time it loads, and how long? See, look how long it takes to load the language selector, and it's still making that noise. Come on, pick it. Look. I feel like it's gonna set fire to the whole house. I'm
Yeah,
so
that sounds
scared
like it's ripping the disc.
But this is not the main event that we're going to be seeing tonight, for there
Oh,
is
wait.
actually
Okay.
a bigger aspect to this game.
Dessert.
One which is the dominant segment that consists of most of this disc here. And is this bit of the game worth any sort of remote little look?
Nope,
Well,
I'm guessing.
grab some popcorn, sit back and find out.
Oh god, here we
I'm
go.
serious. Grab some popcorn. I'm not joking, you're gonna need it.
I ate it yesterday, unfortunately.
Begin.
I ate my
Where are you
toffee
going,
popcorn
Lucy?
yesterday.
Don't you want to play?
Damn it.
I do,
I would
but I'm
have
hungry.
gone to the
I'll be
kitchen and
right
got my
back.
popcorn, but I ate it all.
Oh no!
I mean, where do I even start with this?
Maybe
I
it'll
have
get
no
better.
idea at all. Do you have an idea? Because I bloody don't. I mean, did you even fucking hear this voice acting?
You get lost, Charlie, or something nasty will happen.
I'll stop it, Charlie.
What
Can't
the
you see
fuck
that
is
Lucy's not a
this
bad
shit?
man? Don't you want to check if it's really in its hole?
This
there
is
something not
even
in order?
worse
Cry,
than...
baby, cry, baby, cry, baby. You sprinkled pepper on the cake. You nasty tomcat, you.
This is a new level of awful.
That's
I'm
bad.
serious.
That's even
How
worse
does no
than
one
The
ever
Town
even
with
talk
No
about
Name.
this game when it comes to
Even
awful
the
video
dialogue
game
is
voice
better
acting?
in
I
that.
guess we'll never know that, but what I do think that you'd like to know is, instead, the story. These are dogs, and this
No
is a
shit.
cat. The cat plays pranks on dogs, and then it
It doesn't
runs
really
away
look
like
like a
this.
cat, does it? It looks like more of a fox. What cat is a sort of red?
I'm not sure I can keep through with this. This game is going to be the death of me.
Yeah, I agree.
And then all of a sudden, there's a narrator to the story in the form of a crow, I think. And it basically just sums up everything that I just explained.
He belonged to Pino's, Sasha's, and Lucy's owner's
My
neighbor.
god,
Okay,
plumbers
already,
don't wear
I don't
ties,
give a
have
shit.
better
Plot has
actors
failed
than
to
this.
engage me.
And is it a girl? A guy? I see no dick or tits, and the voice is kind of indistinguishable, so I don't know.
Owner's neighbor. The neighbor and the old lady who owned them.
Wait, what? Am I going mad? Is it just me, or
Did I
was
see a
there, pray
laughing
tell, a
bunny?
shot of a rabbit just then having a fucking seizure, making no noise for like a split second? I mean, what the hell is even going on? Well, plot-wise, as far as I can fathom at least, the cat's a bastard, the dogs are fed up, and so they want to play a trick on the cat to...
Get revenge.
And the final straw that
Okay.
broke the camel's back with
Revenge.
this was the day that the cat sprinkled pepper on a dog cake that he gave them.
Cake. An A1 doggy cake.
Excuse me, sir. Those are not a singular whole cake. No. They are, I think you'll find, in fact, actually, biscuits. I'm now starting to wonder if English was this company's native language because they really ain't convincing me right now. And is it just me, or does the cat sound like a strange cross between Will-O-the-Wisp and X-20 from Stingray?
Well, it all depends. What do you want from me?
Oh, there's a rare sight. It must be something very big.
So anyway, the dogs concoct a plan and the prank goes ahead the next morning as they go off and tell the cat to look under a tree to catch a mouse. I smell something very fishy going on here.
Jesus!
Oh, damn. It's a dead,
You're alright there,
finally.
cat. Your neck kind of stretched out a little bit. No? Yeah? You alright? You good?
Yeah, I think the cat's dead.
And as it
Just
turns
kidding.
out, very much like this
Should be
scene that
good.
we just witnessed here, there are actually no sound effects and the voices are just not there. All throughout this. Some
That's
sounds
bad.
just cease to exist. They're missing everywhere, I
The
swear
voice
to
acting
God.
is even worse than Plumbers and No Ties and The Town with No Name. It's just... Why? Did they forget to add it? Maybe it's a glitch.
How could this have ever fucking passed testing? Did anyone seriously look at this and think, hey, you know what? This is perfect, perfect. The masses will absolutely love this. I'm sure they'll be willing to pay money to see this printed now. But anyway, after this rolling, there's a new plot point introduced. The cat gets a gingerbread heart from his master, and the dogs get a great idea.
Our old lady has a birthday coming up. A heart like this would be great as a present for her.
I also have a birthday coming up. Me too.
Me too!
I also have a birthday coming up.
Me too!
So do I.
Me too!
Oh,
However,
God.
since this is real life, the dogs actually need
Money.
for the gingerbread,
Money.
which is kind of understandable, I suppose. But that's pretty funny in itself, because the box actually
From,
told me that we were getting
Tom and Jerry, I believe, the movie.
cookies.
Cookies?
Everything I knew was a lie.
So now the dogs want to swap this
There
fucking
is
junk
no
over here in
cake.
order to trade for some gingerbread. I'm sure this will go down just
boy.
swell. And then they set off to town because dogs do that, and then we
The
see some
cake
heavy
is a
metal pigs
lie.
driving past. Before one of the dogs, fucked if I know its name, jumps up to grab some gingerbread. And then the humans happen.
Stop! Stop! Give that back immediately!
The dogs then try explaining to the humans that they weren't stealing the
Dog
gingerbread, which
explain
then
to the
lets us to
humans.
discover that in this universe, these different species can communicate to each other because why?
Why not?
But none of the
Fucking hell.
humans actually care about what the talking dogs have to say, so the police...
Police?
whisk the dogs away to be locked up.
Police.
Are you bored yet? No? Okay then.
The crow then chats up some more bullshit about everything we just saw, and then... Okay, honestly guys, when I watched this travesty, by this point I just figured this was an overly long cutscene that would end very soon so that the proper game could begin.
Okay.
But no, I couldn't be any more wrong. It just kept going
This
and
is the
going
game.
and going, getting gradually worse every goddamn second. I know none of the names of these animals. Random characters appear and vanish in and out of scenes at complete random. None of the audio is even remotely synced to what you're seeing. The voice acting sounds like it was
Basically,
performed by one fucking arsehole that
crappy
didn't even know what a
movie.
dictionary was, and the animation is... well, there isn't any! When it comes to gaming, everybody says that the Zelda CDI games were the worst for animating and voice acting, but no. This word needs to be spread loud and clear. This is the ultimate of gaming lows, and I will have nobody tell me otherwise.
And yes,
Wow.
okay, I can envision all of you at home right now thinking about typing, oh yes, but Caddy, you deliberately picked out a game that's clearly designed for children, so why are you even complaining? Yes, well, you know what? That's no excuse
That's no
at all.
excuse,
There still
yeah.
needs to be some sort of quality control with
maybe
these
for
things.
a
I mean, yes,
movie,
kids
but a
may be
video
very easy to
game?
entertain,
No,
but
this
they
will
are
rot
not
their brains.
stupid, and this is just insulting.
There are some awesome
Kids
kids
would
games
be
out there,
playing
especially some of the
Contra or
PS1
something
Disney
like that,
games and even all
or
the stuff
Toy
from Humongous
Story.
Entertainment. But for a company to slap together loads of
Yeah,
shitty
that's
minigames
just
with no
fucking
music that could
greedy.
easily be done at home
And
without
just
any fucking electricity, and then add in the worst cartoon anyone has ever laid eyes on, and then slap on Disney characters on the box to trick parents into buying it, makes me think that this company is actually hell incarnate into a game company. And as for this cartoon, take a guess how long it goes on for. Go on, take a guess.
About an
I'll
hour.
wait. Oh, come on, keep on guessing. I'm sure you can... 45 minutes!
45
45! And it
was
just gets
close, I said an
worse
hour.
and worse. Just like leaving cheese on the kitchen side for a few days. You just don't do it, you know? Because it stinks. And all in all, this entire package as a whole literally makes me...
Shiver with fear.
So anyway, we get some more bullshit with 1994 laptop computers before heading briskly off to the pound to save those idiots from earlier. And this is when we meet the main antagonist, some random guard dog.
Two new ones. Oh, well, welcome to the dog pound, Castor and Pollux.
Oh, boy.
Oh God, no!
And so, this dog... 2 dogs? What? Introduce us to our new doggy friends in the pound. What the fuck? But then it turns out that we actually recognize these dogs and then...
Silence!
Okay. Unfortunately though, nothing interesting at all happens in this bit, however. Well, you know,
Okay.
apart from more of the
So,
horrendous voices.
What's the point?
I was also there. I had,
Yes, that's the way it was.
Jesus.
And also, there's a random sheepdog here that never appears in the story ever again. He just sits there for one scene and he's kind of creeping me out. Hey up, I think I shouldn't have had those naughty special
Jesus.
candies at the disco. Roar.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
And it also seems like that those idiot dogs that got caught earlier are now undergoing slave labor.
Slave? What
I
the
mean,
fuck?
Lick and stick. Lick and stick. Lick and stick. Lick and stick. Lick.
And stick?
Lick.
What about stick?
Lick.
Yes, but you're forgetting stick.
Lick and stick.
And I just gave up.
and then the crow
Yeah.
returns again
Wow,
to
that
explain
was
even more
bizarre.
shit.
Gribble and Twifflechin would have to hurry if they wanted to help those two.
Okay.
Are you finished?
Oh, what the fuck? She's self-fucking aware. She's screaming.
Right. And this
like
is
she
where I
knows she's
officially
stuck
lost
in a
all
horrible
fucking
video
caring.
game.
I realised it wasn't going to end anytime soon. It's one of those rare instances in a game where the novelty of how awful everything is actually gets really tiresome and unfunny pretty shortly. I mean, how is this even made with a PS2 disc? Just imagine how much free space there was on that disc when this was finished. Not only are the mini-games that make up every bit of the gameplay completely worthless even for mid-90s gaming standards, but look at the movie itself. It actually looks worse than pre-PS1 FMV from systems like the Sega CD. It just blows my mind. All I wanted was for this to just end, but instead I was stuck in here with all these stupid dogs that always talk about how they like to
Throttle that Pollux.
I'm sorry. Excuse me?
Throttle that Pollux.
Could you please say that again?
Swallow that what?
Throttle that Pollux.
You
Swallow
better
that
watch your mouth,
bollocks.
young man. It's a kid's game.
It better look like it was licked clean. Your mother was very good at that.
Okay, that wraps it up.
Wow,
Thanks very much for watching, guys.
damn.
I'll see you all next time.
Lick's clean, your mother was going. Oh, come on, that is fucked up.
Okay, fine. Keep fucking going.
So our titular character gets oh so close to rescuing some of the idiot dogs when all of a sudden...
What the
What
fuck
the actual
was
hell is
that?
even going on right now? And then after some more
Echidna?
series of nonsensical and unexplained events, the crow needs to steal a code for the security system installed in the pound.
Okay.
That's supposed to be a secret code. It's just a simple mathematics.
Yes, you're right. Of course.
Is this
The
where we
code is
use
just a
our-
simple mathematics.
Yeah,
How could someone actually allow this to be sold on the shelf? And before anybody asks, yes, this is a Sony licensed product, and may I remind you as well, it was made for the PlayStation 2.
This
Look
is
at this.
crazy.
It was made for the PS2
Yeah,
in
that's
2003. They allowed this to go through. Money went into this. Look at it. And you know what? The box lied to me yet again. Where's this bitch?
Yeah,
Or this
where is
bitch?
she?
Or this dog over here? Well, guess what? All of these characters on the front of the fucking box never appear. Ever. Anywhere
I
on this
hate that
disc. Why would you go
bullshit.
through the effort of ripping off Disney-specific characters from Disney-specific movies and then somehow materialize a confusing fucking title that tries to tie itself into the franchise, but instead makes no sense anywhere in any universe, and then actually never have the game even vaguely relate to the cover? I waited
Yeah, I
in
don't.
vain for these fucking boxed characters to show up, and after the worst 45 minutes I've ever had to sit through, nothing. And saying that as well, Dalmatians 3? Why is it even
Dalmatians
called this?
3. Yeah, where's 1 and 2?
Dalmatians? There are 3 of them in the whole game! 3! How did they think that they could get away with this? Dalmatians 3? They should have called it 3 Dalmatians! Although I can safely say that the
That's a good
cartoon
idea.
does have some epic chase scene music. And trust me, it becomes even
that's
more
the
epic
most.
when you have this lovely image pushed into your face.
Oh my god, come on. Oh god, this game can't get anything right. It's not even a game, it's a
Okay.
fucking movie.
Guys,
It's
before
not
I
even
carry
a
on,
movie. It's a...
I have to apologise.
What is this?
I must apologise. Because for the next 20-odd fucking minutes of this shit, it's exactly the same stuff.
Oh,
I can
God.
comment on absolutely nothing else. It's all the same shit. This game has officially sucked me dry. And so, after much deliberation, I decided that from this bit onwards, I
This
was just
game
going to
licks
play
you clean.
back to back all of my favourite quotes from this awful travesty piece of shit of a video game, just so that you get a better idea on how hilariously awful it is. Yep, I know, they'll be out of context, but even when they're in context, they make equal fucking sense. So you know what, I don't even care. Sit back, please, and enjoy.
Yes, enjoy.
At the market? Tüpfelchen, oh Tüpfelchen. Oh, I think she's in trouble. I'm sure she went to find Toby and Timmy. Well, would you believe it? That was pretty fast.
What was
Where
that?
are Butch and Tüpfelchen?
Once I decided to get involved, I was consistent.
But he disappeared weeks ago.
Exactly.
What's exactly? What's this, an exotic dancer?
I
What the hell
know.
is this?
I think I know something.
Leave them alone, Pollux.
What's the screaming about? What's going on here?
We'll come up with something. I just have.
Oh.
Yeah, I've just thought of something. They aren't burglars. Let them go immediately or else.
Why is his face always angry? What the hell?
Oh, goody, 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 goody.
I needed to take a pee, and I didn't quite make it to the courtyard. That policeman, he will be as mad as hell.
What is up
That was
with
close.
this?
And do you want to know the ending line to this kid's cartoon?
No,
the closing
please.
sentence to this
Spare me.
epic
No
45-minute
more.
movie?
No,
the final
please.
words spoken by these utterly beloved characters? Ladies and gentlemen,
Please.
I present to
Oh,
you...
here we go.
Contents of a liver sausage will always be a mystery.
Huh?
This game gets slaughtered. I mean, Jesus Christ on a bicycle. I could never even have imagined how bad this game would be. I mean, at the
boy.
time, Coronation Street and the Mystery of the Missing Hot Pot Recipe was indeed the worst game I've ever played in my life. But that, down there, it's not even in the same fucking ballpark. This is the
It's not
worst
even
thing
a
I've
game,
ever,
it's like a
ever,
movie.
ever even seen, let alone played. But honestly, to critique this as a game, it means that I actually have to talk
That's an
about the
insult.
gameplay segments, and where all the mini-game sections of this game are just terrible. The cartoon segment of this disc is just so bad, so atrocious,
Yeah.
so
Doesn't
fucking
need explaining.
abysmal
I
that it's
saw
just
it and
great.
it looked
For all of
absolutely
you sadists
god-awful.
out there that can sit through 45 minutes of one of the worst
No.
cartoons you've ever seen in your
No,
life
I
and
can't.
enjoy it with a couple of friends, it's right up your street. I would recommend this to hell and back.
I wouldn't.
Seriously guys, search this game up on YouTube or buy it for yourself. It'll be
No,
really
it's,
cheap in some
it's
sort of
okay, let's
dumpster
not rush
somewhere,
the things.
and
Let's
you
not buy
will
anything.
regret
Let's
any
not get
second of
crazy
it.
now.
Please trust me. And so, to sum up,
Boy.
this game is worse than Zelda CDI and Birdemic. Oh,
Yeah,
and after
that's
one
quite saying
playthrough of this
something.
game, the disc got so hot that it wouldn't actually load again. Afterwards.
Damn, what a
That's all.
result. Good job.
Yeah, this is like that creepypasta about that fake game, Kill Switch. You know, the one that once you've beaten it once, it just erases all traces of itself so that you can never play it again, and that no one ever knows it even existed. Yeah, that's this game. But in real life.
Oh boy.
I've got nothing else to say. Fuck this game.
Oh boy.
Hello everybody and thanks very much for watching this video. I mean seriously, it was a long one, so fair
Oh,
play
yeah,
to
it
you if you
was.
sat through all of it. But you know, I think you can see why it was so long. This was a real task, I can tell you. If you want to keep up to date with what I do and things that I say, you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to see every single thing that I upload ever. I try to keep consistent to one video per week. And if you did enjoy this video, then please don't
that
forget to
game he's
leave a
playing?
little
Is
like
that-
for me because it will
looks like
mean
a-
so much to me. I've also left you with two other of my videos,
not
one of
Alan
which is
Wake.
about The Great
Is that
Escape,
Dark?
which was my last review.
Alone in the
which
Dark?
is, I think
Is
you
that
should
what
go
it
and watch
looks
it.
like?
And the other one is not really a review and a really unedited, pretty quickly put together mini review on The Last of Us Left Behind.
The Last
so
of
yeah,
Us Left
you've got
Behind.
two things to pick from, completely different styles of video, completely different experiences. So yeah, go and have a go. Go.
And if it's your birthday today while watching this video, then happy friggin' birthday to you, and please remember to stay beautiful.
Stay beautiful, of course. That was totally awesome. That's the end of the video. The worst game ever made. I think maybe the worst game ever made for the PlayStation 2, of course, but I've seen worse. We've been through all the Angry Video Game Nerd episodes, and we've seen some serious shit. I think we've all experienced. I think Superman 64 comes to mind. Jesus, God, no, I just got a flashback of those fucking rings. Oh, please, no more rings, please. Get the images out my head. I mean, maybe Superman 64 was the worst for Nintendo 64, the console. And the worst game ever made. This game is the Dalmatian Game 3. This is perhaps one of the worst PS2 games of all time. So it's very fascinating to see all the worst games of all time for each sort of segment of the consoles. You know, like a worst game on PlayStation 1, which is said to be Bubsy 3D. And then maybe the GameCube. I wonder what the worst the GameCube is, or the worst Xbox original game. It's all very fascinating. I love this sort of stuff. But yeah, this is definitely perhaps one of the worst games for the PlayStation 2. Could be wrong, but from a matter of opinion and perspective of watching this video and enjoying that fucking terrible movie, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Yeah. If you like this video, make sure to give a like, comment down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.